At least I've done my fucking time.
Maybe it identifies as 8 cubes.
It was about getting justice.
Yeah, get him in the concrete.
I'll be dead and buried before this moves. It'll take a bomb to move it then.
The staff of truth.
Got my boobs out before on camera.
Go on.
And it's got all them little spiders there.
I guess if you can't do business properly, I don't feel like you should be in business. Nice 1-star review.
Perfect. This is what you get, bastards.
Good morning, it's Monday and it's another week here at Rhino. So, last week I ran the concrete with Neil and it went really well. Although we only had one wagon for the majority of the week and it being a 4-day week, we did some really good numbers in terms of quantity and turnover. This week, the Renault is going in for its 6th weekly, so fingers crossed it doesn't end up out of action like the Volvo did, because it's looking like another busy week in concrete. But as far as concrete's now concerned, Jonathan is back in today, who manages the concrete, so he will take back over, and that'll be the end of my involvement with concrete for the week. So I wanted to get involved in the concrete just to see how it was running, what we could improve, and if I could put any touches on it to help the guys out in the field and help the guys upstairs in the office. This week in piling, we've got another very, very busy week. Now the Fountain Street job, I did say that we were going to be concreting it last week. However, we didn't concrete it last week because there was some delays on site. Nothing to do with us. We're waiting for the site to be prepped. The site prep that needed to be done is we've done all the shuttering and we've done all the cage work, and we need them to fill the islands up between the shuttering, basically to retain the shuttering, so when the concrete goes in, the shuttering doesn't just fall because there's nothing behind it. Now that's took these guys a little longer than they expected. However, they will be ready for us today. So tomorrow, Chris and Phil will go up. They'll put the timber shuttering in behind all the steps on the foundation. And then on Wednesday, the concrete pour is lined up. And then that will be plots 5 to 8 on Fountain Street completed. We have lots of other projects going on this week. We have a slab going in up in Bury on Project Marlborough. We're hoping to bring that one to you because we're hoping to get that done in a day. Out, get all the sub base down, get the mesh down, get it concrete from Rhino Concrete. We also have quite a few other extensions going on, probably too many to name just for this, the purposes of this intro. In addition to this, Canen is going away on holiday, which is very rude of him because we're that busy, we need him out there videoing. Yeah, he's off to Florida. He's gone for about 2.5, 3 weeks. So yours truly will cover with some of the filming. Jamie, who's on the camera here now, he's going to cover with some of the filming and do his editing role. So we have a very busy 2-3 weeks, and by we, I mean Jamie. So good luck to him, but no doubt we will get it done. And that's everything that we have coming up this week, just off the top of my head, ready to go. There's just so many things going on at the moment. We're so busy, but that's a good thing, and we're looking to bring that all to you. Just if you could tell us what sort of content you enjoy. Do you like the business side of it? Do you like seeing the stuff on site? Do you like a bit of both? Are we too heavy one way? Give us some comments, give us some feedback. Let us know what you like to see so we can try and tailor what we put out there to suit what our audience likes. With that being said, I'm going to hand over to Canen now. So let's go over there and let's see how it's going.
Hiya, Kev. I was just trying to figure out if you were headed to that BOLTON job yet or not, because I'm going to come film it.
We're literally leaving now.
Perfect. See you soon, pal.
Right, see you soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We've arrived in BOLTON for this 6 cubic metre job, estimated. Yeah, 5 to 6 cubic metres. It's only going up about, he said 5 inches, so I'm thinking 5 inches. It's going to go to about here.
That's quite a big fucking hole, isn't it?
This is quite a big hole. Just wondering when the line pump's going to get here.
Yeah.
Through the house, up the board. This is not going to be an easy one at all. The trickiest part of this is the quantity of concrete. This is nothing that they've not seen before. It'll be a very difficult, tricky entryway. A lot of other concrete companies, they'll have a look at the job and then they'll immediately turn it down, but these two will not do that because they know that it is possible. It may just take a while. We also do piling, so we understand that when you're doing the foundations, you also require an open mind in terms of the possibilities of doing it and getting it done. Here they are, getting it done. Wow. This is like posh part of Bolton.
This is the nicest part of Bolton right here.
Well, since the last time I reset the counter,
Like 90,000 in it.
146,053. So that's quite a bit.
That's cube, that what it's done.
How many since last week? 146,053 cubes.
Shut up. It's the first barrow I know. It'll get well.
Christ alive.
That's what?
Get me concrete.
Sweater now. Here, chap. Did you lock the truck? About to move. Another day in paradise. Hacky now.
Six cube this is. Yeah, Kev. What? Can I get the truck keys off you for a second?
Wickedy, what up, gang? Best wheelbarrow operator you've ever seen.
Oh, go on. Happy days.
After you. Hey?
Turn left at the bottom of the ramp.
Okay.
Because we're filling that left-hand corner in now, then we'll do the right-hand corner, then all we've got left is the middle. One extra barrow would make such a difference on this job.
Cheers, mate. Sort these boards out. Yeah, there's a drill there. I might put a screw in these to hold them together.
Yeah.
It's temporary.
You got a screw on you?
There's two here. Should stop them sliding. Cheers, man. Let's test it out.
Big hole in it.
It's a big fucking hole, isn't it? Must be halfway there now.
No. You having a look?
2.8.
Oh, 2.8. That's about right then, I guess.
Fucking hell, it hasn't made much of a dent, has it?
I'd say we've done just over a third.
So if that's only a third, we'll be 8.7.
Go ahead, pal. No problem.
I'll say thanks to you though.
That's because you're a dickhead.
Fuck off.
Had enough? barrier.
Oh, you did!
Yeah, get him in the concrete.
I don't want to hurt him.
All right,
Get
cool.
your foot.
Get out of the way.
Harry.
Half a barrow, Harry.
Small man, small barrow.
That's what everyone says.
Half a barrow, Harry.
It's almost got me. Can I steal your microphone? Thank you, Kev. All right, mate. See you later. See you later, Kevlar. We thought it was going to be way more than 6 cubic metres of concrete just looking at the job, but it wasn't coming very high. It ended up being 5.59 cube. So it was a good estimate, to be fair. Always order slightly more than you need. I am going to go back to my house, edit, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Good morning, it's Tuesday, and before we even started filming this segment, the first thing we needed to do was check what day it is, because we've had that many bank holidays over the last few weeks. Honestly, none of us have any idea what day it is anymore. Now you'll see we're in a new location today. This is a set that Canen and Jamie have started setting up. It's not done. We need to change the location of it. We need to get loads of accessories. Ideally, we would like to film some more natural stuff in the office, but we have, how many people we've got in the office now? We've got 4 there, 2 there, 3 there. Filming now with the phones going and everything, it's just not ideal. Then we're going in the yard and we've got people coming up and down in telehandlers and the Manitou and concrete wagons and things going. So we're gonna start making use of this a bit more for things that we're not out on site with. So what's happening today? Today we've got the rental in for its 6 weekly, which is, it's kind of annoying because the Volvo's just come out with its 6 weekly last week, which was well documented. We lost it for pretty much all the week and we was really busy. So I'm hoping the rental will go in today and come straight back out and we can get it to work, because today we're already busy. We've only got the 1 wagon on the road. We've got 15 cube and we could squeeze another maybe 2, 3, 4 cube job in if the phone rings, but let's see what the day brings for that. On the piling side, we are back on Fountain Street today. Chris and Phil are getting the shuttering in, the timber shutter in for the steps, and then we'll get the concrete in tomorrow. And that's us done on Fountain Street till they prepare the next plots for us. We've also started an extension in Leeds today, which Sam and Liam are doing. Unfortunately, we won't get to film any of that. They'll get in and out in 2 days. It's a rear extension for poor ground. Just another project that's going on, and it just shows the volume of work that we're doing. We just can't spread ourselves to everything, but it is going on and we do appreciate the guys who do it. I'm doing a lot of working on the business at the minute, along with Ryan, our estimator. So we mentioned last week or the week before that we brought somebody new in as an estimator because of the volume of inquiries we get in, we cannot physically get through them. So we got another estimator in who we are training up, because piling is a very, very niche industry. But while he's being trained up, me and Ryan are working on some of our internal processes and our methods for pricing jobs, and we are refining and improving them. Now, it's always a big job when we do this. We're 2 days into it. We've done the piling one. We'll have the slab one done today. Tomorrow, we want to get the underpinning and excavation one done. And by Thursday, we want to have the screw piling one done. And then by Friday, we just want to check that all those calculators are working correctly and then complete the summary sheet on them all. And then we'll have a new live calculator running, which will then increase efficiencies for the estimating guys, which along with the extra manpower will ensure that we're getting more quotes out in a more timely manner, which should then mean we win more work. And then finally, we are putting a slab in today in Bury. We have the team of Sean and Jayden on this job, and we've also got Ian Beaumont there assisting to give them some guidance and some knowledge, because Jayden, who did this last slab that you've seen on here, they was guided by Ian Morris on that. And Sean, who's done a few slabs in his time, we're just upskilling these guys, and having somebody like Ian Beaumont that's been in this game maybe 30 years or so, for him to be available for the day to share his knowledge with those guys is a real blessing. It's something that we like to do internally, to learn off each other, especially when you're looking at the people that have been in the game a long, long time. So let's go over to the slab, where we'll see Jayden Sean and Bowie over there, and obviously our resident presenter, Canen. Over we go.
It's Tuesday, another day, another project. So today we have Project Marlborough. I believe Ian Beaumont's already there, so I'm gonna head straight down there without wasting any more time. Oh. he says. Without wasting any more time.
Hey, mate.
How are you?
Right, mate.
Cool. We'll just put the old Scoobaroo here. Ian Beaumont's here. That's Jayden. And Sean's round the back. Let's go and find out what's going on. What am I about to walk into here? Oh, right, wow. You alright, Sean?
So we're hoping to have everything sorted, i.e. the base down, the whacker plate, the visqueen, and the steel on top of the visqueen by 12, half 12.
Run.
Concrete after lunch.
Are we doing it, concrete-wise?
Yes.
Beautiful little drive.
It's not bad at all. Have we got the whacker plate and a shovel? We've got a shovel.
Whacker plates around the front,
Yeah.
I saw.
There's,
That's not too bad. I'll get there. There we go. 3, 2, 1, down. Well done, lads. Well done.
Don't fucking operate from out there, muppet.
The vibrations, he's right, it will travel across.
Will it? Careful with his brickwork, please.
Right.
Where you going?
I'm getting it. 1 foot in the grave. 3, 2, 1.
So it's going to feel like
There we go.
it's not a ground bearing slab. This is just to clean the bottom up and bring the levels up. No, easy for working.
Yeah.
Building control love it when it's nice and clean and they can see what's what. Yeah, just obviously careful. There's a drain here. All the drains are live. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the time being, that's live for now. That's live for now. When the slab's in and he starts knocking through, all these will be defunct and be coming down to that one. So try not to damage them at all, especially that one. Take it off this. Or limestone as it is.
Oh. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Get the whacker over that just to compact some of that down. And I'll start scraping the concrete off. Low, 6 low. That I can live with. That's going to be about. That's going to be 50 plus. That's where the stone needs to chamfer down. I'll be dead and buried before this moves. It'll take a bomb to move it then. See, I've done
Maybe the same bomb that takes us all out.
Absolutely. You're like they're always redeveloping, and it's like a lot of sites now. Not enough in my eyes, but they're redeveloped. Brown Sitfield sites, they're redeveloped sites, and I think it should be a lot more rather than fucking forcing farmers to give up fucking greenbelt. It's wrong. That's another fucking conversation I can rant on all day on about. Do you wonder
I don't
that?
think I have enough memory in this camera.
Absolutely not, mate. I've not enough memory in my head.
Hey, look at all them little spiders there.
Whoa!
There's a camera around there.
Where's this? Where have you got this spray paint?
What do you mean? They're all the
burn
little
them alive.
spiders?
Yeah,
Right, I'll get on
They
it.
fucking grow bigger, don't they? Fucking, I can't believe it's maybe touched them.
No, my missus hates spiders. She can't even look at photos of them. She'll see like a spider in a show and she'll be like, oh my god. Yeah, horrified of them. Oh, you always know when it's a Hamelin barrow.
Over that side, please, mucker.
Yes, mate.
Whacker plate will set that down.
Good question.
overly minded how much it lasts.
Jayden? Don't worry about it, I'm not asked about that. We'll look around it. Following shot. Go. How's that? That was quite well there. I'm the one with the barrow full of concrete.
Like rocking off through this, innit?
What?
You working.
A bit like you then,
rare.
innit? At least I've done my fucking time.
It's alright, we've still got to get it in there.
Haven't they, eh?
He hasn't been round the back yet, has he?
No, it must have been him.
Was it
You or was it Jimmy that did the concrete for up here for me?
me?
Jimmy. Might have been Jimmy.
Just launch your barrow as far as it will go then.
Dry it up.
Yeah, not much, just a little bit. It needs to be stickier than that.
Welcome back. How are you? Good.
It's okay.
Good morning, it's Wednesday and welcome to our Rhino studio, which we're still in the process of setting up. And I am digging it, I feel like it's pretty cool. But we do need some more Rhino accessories and Rhino bits and to sort the background out. Maybe lose one of the chairs, because if it's just me here, we don't need two chairs. And with Canen being in Florida, he's definitely not gonna be here for a while. Today, we have another busy day going on. We have the concrete going in on Fountain Street. That'll be all the plots on Fountain Street done until they're ready for us next time to move on with the next lot of plots. So we'll get Fountain Street in, and that's another job off the books because we are super busy. Even if we wanted to, we couldn't get the rigs there at the minute because they are on the other job that we have now started over in Stoke. So this is another drop weight job. Piles are gonna go beyond 10 meters. There's 25 of them. We need to beam it, we need to concrete it. Another busy job, lots to do on it, and Scott and Ace have started that job yesterday. Loads of piling work going on, very busy. As I mentioned yesterday, Canen goes on holiday. Yesterday was his last day. He's now gone on holiday, so it's to me and Jamie behind the camera. So Jamie's better out on the field filming stuff, and I'm now gonna start using our sort of action cameras. You're gonna get slightly different shows because I'm gonna get a bit more involved to help pick up some of the slack off Jamie by picking up some of the filming. So let's see how that goes. That's everything for Wednesday. Let's see how the guys are getting on.
Operation Fountain today. The second phase of the 4 plots are getting concreted today. Hence my mad rush to get there now. I'm leaving the office a little bit later than usual today, just because we have to get things in place for tomorrow, because today is my last day at work before going on holiday. Lots to do. If you've been watching since the earlier episodes, you will know that episode 1 began with the commencing of Operation Fountain. So it's a big day for Operation Fountain. Glad I have a 4x4. I'll just pop it behind there. Well, didn't look like this last time. The shuttering is all done. Cages are in. This section here is a step down because the levels are cascading, which is interesting. So I'd imagine they'll start at the bottom and then this level and then this level, so on and so forth. But it's looking very tidy. There is a bit of water in there. I can see that they've got a water pump over there. Up to now, the piles obviously have all been driven. They've also been pre-concreted so that when the full concrete pour happens, it's much quicker and easier for the guys and the concrete company. The reason they do it in 2 iterations is because these piles are going very deep. So in order to pour all of this concrete in one day, it would probably take, it's a volumetric wagon, it'll probably take about 6 or 7 of those full to do it at least. But if they've done all of the piles, when the concrete wagon arrives, it'll be so much quicker and easier, it will take less concrete also. It'll be a pump because of the scale of this job. Just as before, it'll get concreted with a pump, and we should see this full of concrete by the end of today, hopefully. Just a quick update on concrete. It's coming in at 12:30, and then we should be good to go in about an hour.
You did great, Phil. You did great.
So, I'm just going to explain briefly what the plan is here and what they're doing. And what they're doing is filling the steps first at this top section and then working their way down because of the water down at the bottom. So the plan is to do this at the top first, and as the concrete cascades down, it will push the water into that far corner, directly into the pump to remove it.
Yo, what is up guys, Canen here with Rhino Piling.
Maybe it identifies as 8 cube.
Oh, is that what we're saying? Yeah. No, we
Don't miss cubic, or like the cubic.
This angle you'll be able to see how much they've managed to get poured already. about halfway, maybe just slightly under. Let's have a look.
Have a smidgen of a rise.
Perfect.
So you're talking mils,
We're talking 5 mil high, maybe.
the concrete there, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
4.4. 4.4.
4.4.
Alright, so what's this like?
High. I can tell you it's high.
Truth say.
The staff of truth. Is it on?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how high it is. It's had 22 cubic meters so far, and it's about 80% of the way there, I would say. Only this top section to go. So Chris and Phil are just getting it nice and level. I'll try and send the drone up in the air once it's finished so you can see the full thing. But the wind is pretty bad today.
Go that way. Yeah.
Okay, get the ball pit.
Got my boobs out before on camera.
You only fans the cow.
So somebody out there, it is though, isn't it?
Well, not feet finder, is it?
On Feet Finder.
No,
His feet?
yeah. Bit of a dark horse, I feel.
I'm aware. So that's 8 plots done on Operation Fountain. Now, the next step for this project is this section here, which is going to get excavated, and then we'll be driving piles there also, just the same as the first two. Yeah, that's it. Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, you're welcome.
Staff of truth and all that.
Ah, yeah, the staff. I forgot about that. That's that. Back to the office.
Good morning, it's Thursday and piling continues to be very, very busy. The extension we started yesterday in Manchester, Sean and Rion are going to finish today. So that's another extension gone. We started an extension in Altrincham, which John and Jayden are doing. And we should be in and out on that one day. It'll have 4 or 5 piles in it, drop the beam in, get the inspector out, get the concrete into it, and then that'll be that job done. We are also on Stoke doing the drop weights, which I mentioned yesterday. We are having issues on there with one of the rigs not wanting to start and a few bits and bats as we seem to at the minute be having with drop weights, but we're working through them and we will get it right and we will start running to maximum productivity. I mean, we've not run at 100% for the last day and a half that we've been on it, but we sent an extra body today to get levels up higher, and we'll send some extra bodies as the job progresses. And the time that we've lost over the last day and a half, not only will we get that time back, we'll end up back in front, because that's the way that we work. Because machinery breaks, you do have issues, and it's how you deal with it and how you communicate it with the client. So what's important is let's get it fixed, let's get it moving, and then how do we get extra bodies down there to get back in front, which we're already resourcing. Now, the Abergele job, the one with the long walk to it that we was piling a few weeks ago, we're back there now. There was a discrepancy in the slab levels that we was waiting for them to make a decision on, which has now been made a decision on. And we have Chris and Phil going back there, so they will get the shuttering into it, get the mesh down and get the concrete into it. So they're back there today. Today they'll do the shuttering and the mesh, and then the concrete, we need to order a line pump for that, which the guys in the office will do. And depending on the availability of the line pump will be the day that we get back and concrete it. And then back to the extension in Manchester for Sean and Rion, and they will get that finished today. Yesterday they got the piles in. Today they'll get the cages in, building control out to inspect it, and the concrete in. So Another busy day in piling. I didn't touch on concrete yesterday, and I haven't touched on it yet today, so let's go to concrete. So yesterday both wagons were out, they were flat out, we literally couldn't take another job. Today is a little bit quieter, which is unusual since I started getting more involved in it since last week. This is the first time we've had a quiet day, but we're now looking to do preventative maintenance as opposed to reactive maintenance. So we've got it in to do some of the work on it, because what we're finding is when we're sending stuff in for the 6 weekly, we're building up a list of things that needs doing, which means we don't get the wagons back as quickly as we should, which means when we're busy, the wagons are set off the road. Whereas if we utilise these quieter days in between and do more proactive maintenance, it means the wagons will be off the road less, which means during the busy periods, we can earn more money. That's it for concrete. So that's everything for Thursday, and let's go to site and see what's going on.
So Canen sacked us off to go to lovely Florida. So let's get out there. I've got my waterproof and all Canen's gear in the back. So let's see how it goes. Lead videographer Jamie. Boom. Well, we made it. Well, let's go see what's going on. I can hear him already. Just the final pile being driven. It's Rion's first week, second week. So a lot of these jobs for him, getting his head around it. He's got a great teacher, Sean. Skip, not concrete, I'm looking for concrete. As this final pile's being driven, one little bit of caging to do. So while they're doing that, I might go to sit in the car because my legs are getting a bit. The boy! Bringing that sun with you. Yes, now. You okay, bro? This building controllers over there in the yellow. One more of the cages to tie in, and then a bit of shuttering. And then we can concrete. about to pop the drone up in the air because it was sunny, but it's not sunny anymore. Flash rain. I was hoping to get this wagon pulling in. I don't think I'll be able to.
Go on.
Perfect, just what you get, rafters.
Bye lads, see you tomorrow. Peace. Nicely done. 4.7 cube altogether. Started out super rainy, managed to get the drone up in the air. All in all, a great little shoot day. First day without Canen, not so bad. Maybe we don't need him. I'm sure I'm gonna regret saying that at some point. This is gonna be a tough couple of weeks. But yeah, let's see what we can do tomorrow. I'm heading back home. Trying to finish off the video tonight and then be up for you tomorrow. Last week tomorrow for you guys watching right now. Yeah. Peace.
So we're back on set and I'm going to give you an update on the van. Did promise you one last week, but just so busy in some of the things that I'm doing that just didn't get a chance to do it. Been out looking at some properties, speaking to some people about some businesses, which we will bring you some content on. I do some interesting things. So I viewed a property last week, I put an offer in on it, I met someone for a business sale. Next week, I think I'm going to help Jamie out take the action camera and film a lot more of what I do. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, let us know in the comments and we'll try put some more of that in. Here's the update on the van and I will fill you in quickly, as quick as possible, on how we got to this point. So we bought a van, we went down to the other side of the world to buy it, about 9-hour round trip. And when we was driving it back, there was an issue straight away. The fuel tank was leaking. We had to take it back to the garage, get them to repair the fuel tank, and then we finally got it up, which added more time to that day. We get it back up here. I'm on holiday at the time, and one of the guys who's more mechanically knowledgeable has a look round. It goes, there's no way this has done 16,000 miles. It looks like it's done 100,000. The seat has all dipped in. The springs have gone on it, it's rotted, it's just been hammered, you can tell by looking at the vehicle. We went to the guys, we told them the condition doesn't match the mileage, they insisted they did. We then came back with a mileage report on it, which said it had done 140 something thousand miles. They came back to us and said, that was an input error from the MOT tester. We then went back to him with a HPI on the VIN, where it had a 40k and a 60k recorded on it. So we said it can't be an input error from the tester, because if it's done 16k, how's it done 40k in this year and 60k in this year? It's just not possible. And at that point, the people that sold us the vehicle started ignoring us. Won't respond to our emails, won't respond to our calls, and they're not exactly around the corner so we can go and deal with it. I geared up to put us into solicitors. I put everything together in a timeline, all the evidence, got an AA inspection done on it, which then discovered further problems, such as the back end of it had been written off, it had all been repainted, both back panels, all the doors, everything. There was spot welding on the chassis, there was loads of issues, the VIN didn't match the reg and all that sort of stuff, which I communicated to the guys by email, although they were non-responsive. So I had put everything together in a timeline with the evidence, sent it over to some solicitors that specialise in this, and they'd sent me back the documents to sign to instruct them to go. However, I had one last roll of the dice to try and get this resolved, and that was to go to the MOT garage who passed it, because all of the work of this sales garage go to this MOT garage, so they're obviously buying cars, need a little bit of work, or if it generally needs anything such as MOT, or a little bit of this, or a little bit of that. They have a relationship with this garage does it, they're on the same industrial estate. So I thought, if I lean on this garage, they might put some pressure on the car sales guys, because essentially, I don't feel like this vehicle should have passed MOT. In fact, it's not that I don't feel it should pass MOT. The reports that I have say that it's not roadworthy, full stop. It just shouldn't be on the road. So I speak to the MOT garage, and the guy comes back to me and says, well, in relation to the input error on the MOT, that never happened. What actually happened is the guys took the vehicle, the guys came with a clock in it, and then they took it away that same day and changed the clocks in the vehicle, but the clock was never rewound to where it should be. So I said, okay, no problem. This was on the phone. However, I've got an email off the guys that have sold us the vehicle that says it was an input error. So at that point, and I'm speaking to the general manager, and it's important to clarify here that this MOT garage, they're a chain of 24, it's not just one standing alone. He was like, right, well, then we have a bit more of a bigger issue here then, don't we? Because this is starting to drag us into it. I said, yeah, we do. Sent him the email over, and then we started speaking about it in more detail and the issues with the vehicle, and I quite bluntly said that we're not only going to go after the sales garage, we're going to pull you guys into it here, either as co-defendants or go after you individually, because if you guys hadn't let this vehicle go through, I won't be in this situation. And we're luckily in a situation where I'd already bought another van. I'm willing to sit that van in our unit for 12 months while I pursue this. It's paid outright. I don't care. It was about getting justice. There's no way I was selling that van on for, say, 4 or 5 grand of what it would probably worth when I paid 16. I would have sat there and done it for 12 months. And I think they realised that by looking at the company and the fact that I have the time to put together what I'd already put together, because I do have the time to do it. And to be very fair to the guy that I spoke to, he was good. He said to me, I see we've got an issue here. Let me go away and speak to the manager of that branch, bearing in mind that he's nothing to do with it. He's like the manager of the managers. And let me go to the place that have done the sold you the vehicle. So we spoke to the manager of the branch, he's gone to the guys that sold us the vehicle, and he's come back to me within 24 hours and said, the guys who sold us the vehicle are not playing ball, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come up all the way from, I think it was Eastbourne, on a train on Monday. We are going to pay you the money back, plus your expenses of your fuel and your time and your reports and all that sort of stuff. We'll take the vehicle back and we'll have the argument with the people that sold it to you and we'll resolve it. This was on the Friday. I said, great, perfect, really appreciate that. But always in the back of the mind you think, are he actually going to turn up? Are he going to follow through on it? On the Monday, the guy turns up at 1 o'clock, I show him the vehicle, I show him the stuff I've got, he apologises, he says it's not right and all those sort of stuff. I sign a V5 over to him. He rings the accounts people. They send the money into the bank. He jumps in it and he drives it back. In the end, we have managed to return the van, although not to the people that we bought it off. We've got our money back that we paid for the van, plus our expenses. There was more cost to it that we could have potentially gone for, like loss of earnings and things like that. However, I think we have to take the win of we got our money back for the van, our fuel, our time and all that sort of stuff, and realise that instead of spending 12 months now battling through solicitors, this is now over, done with, and we can move on to something else. I am thankful that this garage intervened. It saved me a lot of messing around with a situation that we shouldn't have to mess around with. I am not thankful to the people that sold us the vehicle. I've looked at their reviews. I don't believe this is the first time they've done it, because there is a review on there about a clock vehicle that was returned to them. I think, number one, I'm going to name them, because I am. They're called Carplex in Eastbourne. Do not use them. My opinion is that they are clocking vehicles and they are selling damage repair vehicles. I'm also going to bang a review on for them. Nice 1-star review. And I'm going to attach all the photos and documentation I've got just for them. I guess if you can't do business properly, I don't feel like you should be in business. I feel like they should probably be prosecuted as well, but we got trading standards involved because they said there's a similar case going on. We'll see where that goes. The reason why I wanted to name them, I don't want other people to fall into the same thing that's happened to us, because it was a bit of a nightmare, I'm not going to lie to you, and it's not fair. I don't think that I should sit here now and be quiet. If I don't call them out on it and it happens to someone else, well, that's not right either. We actually have morals here. That is how it ended. We got our money back, the fiasco's over, and we move forwards to another day.